Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm super excited because I'm doing a thrifty video, which you guys know I love doing. It's kind of how my channel started, is trying to help you guys save money and give you some tips. And today we're talking about 5 money saving tips for gifts, especially with the holidays and Christmas coming up. It's crazy to think that it's almost here, and I hope you take the chance to subscribe before you leave, and that way you never miss one of my videos when I upload. Tip number 1 to save money on Christmas gifts or holiday gifts is to make sure that you have a budget. It's really easy to get caught up in spending and not realize it might be a little bit here and there, and all of a sudden you realize that you've gone and spent so much more money than you really anticipated. So you got to make sure that you set a budget for like who it is that you're giving gifts to, and also how much. So whether it be for your kids or for extended family, whoever, make sure you set an amount and really stick to it, because it's really easy to go over, like I said, to just keep buying things, but to really limit yourself and just stop there, because if you go over budget, you're definitely not saving money. Tip number 2 is to plan ahead or start early. This is, I think, my best way, or one of the best ways that I've had a lot of success with budgeting for all gifts, but especially like Christmas and holidays, because if you start early enough, it's really, the earlier you start, it gives you more of a chance to kind of accumulate gifts. This way you're able to plan ahead for who it is that you want gifts and how much, and you're not stuck having to buy every single gift all at the last minute, making it more likely that you'll go over budget, but also just that way that you're not stuck everything scrambling to get gifts for grandma and kids and everywhere all at once. So that's why I always say start ahead. You're able to give yourself more time, you're not under stress. And I notice that a lot of times when things are kind of last minute or like helter-skelter, that's when I tend to kind of, I don't like not do as well, and I tend to not really follow my budget, or I tend to kind of frantically just buy things that maybe I would not have and not be as intentional with my gifts. And so that is just something that I recommend, just start early. And along with that, with my tip number 3, if you start early enough, it gives you the chance to shop off season. I recommend this for most things, like whether it be clothing or different things, but this is like for gifts especially, because if you start early enough, like tip number 2, you're able to shop off season for tip number 3, because you're able to kind of plan ahead. So for example, for my kids, I look for gifts for Christmas or even their birthday, but for Christmas throughout the whole year, whether it be I see something on clearance in July, because that's one of the best months to buy toys. If I see something on clearance for my kids, then I'll pick it up in July. That way I can save it and I can have it for them for Christmas. For example, if you're looking for clothing, that is the best way. For summer, you look after summer, because then you'll have them for next year. So there's a lot of ways that I do that for my kids. Or even, for example, like as soon as Christmas is over this year, I tend to go and I look for things for next Christmas, like Christmas pajamas or Christmas shirts for my kids in a bigger size for next year, because that way I get it for 50, 70, 90% off rather than full price the following Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So I definitely recommend shop off season if you are able to, and obviously that usually means you have to start early, but if you plan ahead, it's definitely a great money saver. Tip number 4 is to buy used and be smart about how you buy used. A lot of times I think people think it's thrift stores or things are dirty or old, but I think the concept of buying used and secondhand is really changing and evolving. We have really great consignment shops, online stores that are secondhand. Secondhand doesn't always mean that it's old or bad. Oftentimes it can be new items that maybe just didn't work out for someone else, and you're able to buy them at a fraction of the price. So I would really recommend checking out consignment stores, giving them another look if you haven't considered it before, because it is definitely one of the best ways that I have found really great finds for gifts, especially for my kids. I'll give you guys an example. Just actually yesterday, from when I'm filming this, I went to a local consignment store that's for like kids clothing, toys, all that kind of stuff. I actually sold some things, which is a great way to also make money, because you can put that towards buying gifts or whatever else you may need. And I just happened, I was like, oh, I'll take a look at the toy sections. I mean, I just wasn't really looking, but I'll see if I find anything. And I actually came across brand new Melissa and Doug, one of these magnetic car loaders, which had been something that my son was interested in, and I got it for $8.50, plus I had a 15% off coupon Plus, they had purchased some of my items, so I got it for pretty cheap. And this is brand new, still in, you know, the wrapping and everything. And this is a great gift that I'm saving for Christmas. But this is the thing, like if I wouldn't, you know, if you wouldn't have looked, you could have maybe missed these things. So I definitely recommend checking out consignment stores, because a lot of consignment stores, what makes them a little bit better than like a thrift store is they're a lot more particular when they buy these things from people. So a lot of their things, they can't be stained, they can't be broken, etc. So it makes a really great place for finding toys, especially, you know, for younger kids and things like that. So I definitely recommend it. Another great tip I would really recommend is, in reality, I've noticed with my kids being maybe I'm guessing it'll change when they're older, but my oldest only being 4, I noticed that half the fun for them at Christmas is like opening up the toys. It's not even so much always the toy, and they honestly, like, they wouldn't know if it was new or not, to be honest. Like, we could just give them something that, you know, maybe we swapped with someone and it's new to them, so that's all the excitement they really need. So I would recommend taking advantage of that while you can, especially if you have younger kids, and swap with a mom, or, you know, if you are iron, like for example, we have a swap group at my church, and I've actually been kind of trying to find toys here and there. They're not brand new, but they are in good condition. I buy them for even just a few dollars, but they're exactly what my kids want to have, and I help out the other mom because they clear something out, and it works well for me because I get it on a budget. So definitely don't underestimate the power of just swapping and secondhand or thrifting things, because if you just put it in a nice package and wrap it up, I think it makes a great gift. And it doesn't always have to be new from the store to be really great for the kids. And my last tip for you, tip number 5, is to utilize the internet. I think technology has made some things hard and some things good, but one of the best things that I've had is being able to find really great websites and different ways that you can utilize technology and apps to help you save money. Like, how awesome is that? And all of these things are free. So I'll just share a few little websites or apps with you right now that I personally use. These are things that I use like all the time, that I have for years, and so I wanted to share them quick with you and give you some ideas, because why not utilize it if it's there, right? Plus, you don't have to go anywhere. It's usually right in your phone or on your laptop, so it's like super easy. The first website, you guys know that when I did more of my couponing videos, I really like the website freestufffinder.com. I'll have links to these websites down below if you want to check them out. Definitely highly recommend this, even if you're not looking for gifts, but like just daily, even like weekly couponing. I love this site because they really do all of the work for you, because I do not have the time to spend hours looking through ads, looking through all the different pages and all the different stores. They really do it for you. And what I would recommend especially is if you are an Amazon Prime holder, which I am, they really have they have a section on the website for Amazon, and they will list like deals for toys especially, or like Black Friday deals. So really check out the website. It, like I said, it does all the work for you. It's amazing. I love it. I go on there often. I found some really great deals, again, free gifts, things like that for people. So check out that one. Website number 2, I mentioned this I think in a vlog of mine recently. This is a newer one for me, but that I've been using, but I like it. Is called ShopTagger. I learned about it from other YouTubers you guys might have seen, but I really like it because it's a way that helps you stay organized, but also informs you when there's a sale on items. Basically, it's kind of like an online wish list, and it's nice because you can be organized, which I enjoy. So it's divided. I have wish lists for every child or for whoever, you know, I divide it into categories: makeup, skincare, toys, whatever. You decide how you want to organize it, and you can set notifications for the items to be emailed to you. For example, say it goes 25 or 50% off, or really any price range, you can set when you want them to notify you. So maybe if there's something, especially for a higher priced item, that you're like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to pay this price, but I don't have time like every day, or you know, to keep looking, is the price lower? You put it into ShopTagger under your wish list, and it will notify you when there's a price change or whatever it is that you set it to. It's really great. Again, it takes the hassle and work for you. I'm all about utilizing things that will do the work for me, because I don't have time with 3 kids to sit around and, you know, watch all these sites. It does it for me. So I definitely recommend that one as well. And just even for staying organized too. And the good thing is with ShopTagger, you can share the lists. So you can send it to grandma or grandpa, whoever, friends, aunts and uncles, if they're like, what should we buy the kids? It's a really good way, if you're trying to be minimal and more intentional with the items you purchase, that you can get people on board with that as well, because they can just look on there and they're like, oh, this is exactly what they want, and they end up usually getting what it is that they want. So that's a good idea. Last website that I always say, I know you guys probably hear this a lot on YouTube, but definitely, I mean, it's literally like free money, is Ebates. If you are not using Ebates, why not? Like, definitely, I'm in no way sponsored or anything, but I'm just saying definitely use it. I've used this for, I think, I don't even know, like 5-6 years. I've gotten hundreds of dollars back over time, because it's just literally, if you're going to be shopping online, just go to eBates, because most likely that store is with eBates. Definitely check it out. I have a link down below as well. If you are not, you can use it. I believe there's a bonus, like if you are new and you follow my link or stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly, but I'll just have a link to it down below. Definitely recommend it. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.